Hey everyone, today I want to go over some word problems with you with our tape diagrams. So these are decimal and fraction word problems. So you can write them in your notebook if you want to. Otherwise, just go ahead and solve them in your notebook. So number one says a recipe for cookies calls for 23/4 cups of flour. Suma Lee has already put in 9/2 cups. How many more cups does she need to put in? So remember, we look for the how many or how much to tell us what our variable is going to be. So in this case, we've got how many more cups. So that's what I'm looking for. So cups is my variable. Remember, you can pause this at any time if I'm moving too quickly for you. We set up our table. Now I need to see if I'm making any kind of groups of anything, to see if I'm multiplying and dividing or adding and subtracting. I'm not making any kind of groups of anything, and it looks like I'm just combining amounts. So I'm adding and subtracting for this one. So my total then is 23/4. She's already put in 9/2. We need to know how many more cups she needs to put in. So now based on this, I can write 4 different equations. So I can write 23/4 minus 9/2. I can write 23/4 minus C is 9/2. I can write 9/2 plus C equals 23/4. And C plus 9/2 equals 23/4. So now I just have to solve my problem. So I try to choose the one where the variable is already isolated, so that way I don't have to do a lot more work. So I need a common denominator. So this becomes 18/4. I end up with 5/4. And 5/4 changed to a mixed number is 1 1/4 cups equals C. All right, you try number 2. Pause the video and then come back and we'll solve it together. All right, so how much did each marker would be my variable? And I have that keyword each in there too. So that tells me I'm multiplying and dividing. I'm going to make an each box. So my total is the 2850. I want to know what each marker costs. So that's my variable. And it's 10 colored markers. So the equations you should have had, 2850 divided by M equals 10. 2850 divided by 10 equals M. 10M equals 2850, or M times 10 equals 2850. So now, again, this one, my variable is isolated in. I can use any of them, but that one's already set up for me. And so if I put that into my calculator, which you should have done, you would get $2.85 per marker. And that's what M is equal to. All right, pause the video and solve number 3. All right, again, I'm looking for my how many, and it's miles, so that's going to be my variable. I don't have any each, or I don't have groups of things, so I know I'm looking for a total. So Jessica ran 32.9 miles less than Crystal. Jessica ran 12.9. So how many did Crystal run? So I want to know how many miles Crystal ran. So that's my total. So my equations then, 32 and 9/10 plus 12 and 9/10 equals M. 12 and 9/10 plus 32 and 9/10 M minus 32 and 9/10 equals 12 and 9/10. And M minus 12 and 9/10 equals 32 and 9/10. And either one of these are fine because they have the variable already isolated to solve. And so when you added those two on your calculator, you should have gotten 45.8 equals M. So it's 45.8 miles. All right, go ahead and pause and try number 4. Trevon and his best friend found some money in a trash can. They split the money evenly, each getting $8.89. How much money did they find? So, again, I'm looking for money. I can set this one up 2 different ways. So it has an each in it, so I can set it up as multiplication and division, or I could set it up as an addition problem. I'm going to go ahead and set it up with my each box. So they each received $8.89. That goes here. They split it evenly since it's just him and his best friend. That's 2 of them. And then we want to know how much money they found in all. So that's going to be my total. So then I have M divided by 8 and 89/100ths. M divided by 2 equals 8 and 89/100ths. 8 and 89/100ths times 2 equals M. 2 times 8 and 89/100ths equals M. So again, I'll just look for one where I have the variable isolated. It's a little bit faster. And when I stick that into my calculator, I get $17.78 equals M. Now let's look at one that's a little bit different. Your uncle gave you $9.81 with which to buy a present. This covered 9/10 of the cost. How much did the present cost? So this one's a little different. So again, how much did the present cost? So I'm looking for the cost. We don't have an each in this one. But we know that this $9.81 is 9 parts out of 10 parts of the cost. So let's split our bottom box into 10 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's make our total cost, since we don't know it, is C. So I know that 9 of these, we'll accept that one, is $9.81. So let's do $9.81 divided by 9. If you put that in your calculator, you get 1.09, 1 and 9/100ths. So that means that each one of these is $1.09, each part. Oops. So So now instead of 9 of them, I need to know what all 10 of them are since I need to find my total cost. So I now have 1 9/100 times 10 equals C. Or I could do C divided by 10 equals $1.09. We wanted it in money terms. C divided by $1.09 equals 10. Or 10 times $1.09 equals C. If I find one where the variable is already isolated, oops. So $1.09 times 10 equals C. And if I put that into my calculator, I get $10.90. So if they give you a fraction like this, it's easiest to split this into the parts, the total number of parts, so that's the number on the bottom, and figure out what each part would be. All right, so I'm going to show you numbers 6, 7, and 8. So there's number 6. So you can pause and work on that one. And then here are numbers 7 and 8, another fraction one for you to try. And then here are the answers for those. So for number 6, here's your table. Remember, these could be reversed. Your different equations and your answer. And then for 7 and 8, for number 7, I'm dividing this into 8 parts. So each part is 2. So my total down here would be 16 muffins. And then for this one, I'm multiplying 3/5 times the weight to get my total. So this one is multiplying. So these are my possible equations. And then how I convert to flip, keep, change, flip, and get 6 pounds. So those are some word problems with tape diagrams.